Good Tuesday afternoon. It is November 7th. Brand new tropical storm to tell you about, and that is Rina, our 17th named storm of the season. And we're on the tail end of that whole season. The 6-month-long goes until November 30th. And this month, we see only 5% of all named storms developing. And we got one to talk about, right? Not unexpected, because it's been a very active season. In fact, since 1900, there's been 47 hurricanes that have developed in November. 8 of those have become major hurricanes, one making landfall. That was in 1985 with Hurricane Kate that made landfall on the Florida coastline as a Category 2 storm. So keep that in mind there. This one's not going to make landfall, so I don't want to scare you. It's out in the middle of the Atlantic, not going to be affecting anybody. Something we call a fish storm. But you see it here on satellite imagery. Not all that healthy looking, just barely a tropical storm, as some pretty good wind shear has been blowing a lot of the cloud tops, a lot of the convection off on the eastern side of the storm. The exposed low center here, not really even having any cloud cover around it. So that's interesting there as it starts to glide its way off to the north. Although you see pretty good convection in the northeast quadrant there as it slides ever so slowly off to the north. Latest update here from the Hurricane Center. As of 10 o'clock this morning, winds at 40 miles per hour. Keep in mind you need winds of 39 miles per hour or greater to be considered a tropical storm. Just barely that, and not expected to do all that much more strengthening. Maybe up to 50-mile-an-hour winds over the next 24 hours or so before it moves into cooler ocean waters, which tends to kill tropical systems. But there's something interesting going on with this system that we're going to talk about in just 1 second. So far, a check on the Atlantic hurricane season so far, from the forecast to what we've seen already. NOAA said we'd have 14 to 19 named storms. So far, we're at 17. Hurricanes 5 to 9. We've had 10 of those. And major hurricanes 2 to 5. We've had on the higher end of that 5 major hurricanes so far this 2017 season. The names of which we're at R right now. Rina, number 17, 4 left on the list here for 2017. What would happen if we were to run out? I don't think it's likely, but what would happen? We would use the Greek alphabet. That happened back in 2005, if you remember the year of Hurricane Katrina. Very, very active season then. All right, ocean surface temperatures right now. It's in a part of the ocean where it starts to transition from ocean temperatures that are conducive to tropical development, around 80 degrees Fahrenheit or so. Now these are in the upper 70s, but there's something interesting happening with this system here. Our sea surface temperatures over where Rina currently is, those are running about a half a degree Celsius above average. Doesn't seem like a lot, but that means there's more energy available for this to work. And also, the upper atmosphere temperatures are running about 2 degrees below average. So that presents a pretty large gradient, vertical gradient, from the surface of the ocean all the way up into the upper parts of the atmosphere. That temperature difference or gradient is actually driving the storm to gain strength and use energy. That's why it's going to sustain itself a little bit longer. We saw that with Ophelia, and we saw that with Lee as well earlier in the season. So something interesting there, despite the lack of very, very warm ocean waters right now. Any questions on this, you can join the conversation. Follow the other videos on YouTube and on social media as well. Meteorologist Tim Pandajis on Facebook, and 13 Tim Pandajis on Twitter, of course. We have an updated story on 13newsnow.com.